Welcome to another video in a series about using Google Classroom with screen readers. In this video, we are going to get an overview of all the parts to Google Classroom. Then when we delve into the details of navigation on a page, you will have an idea of where that page fits into the classroom. I'm using NVDA today, but the quick commands I use are very similar in JAWS. We'll start in the Chrome browser, and I'll use Alt-D to get to the address bar.
New tab Google Chrome Sally student.
I'll type in classroom.google.com.
Classroom Google.com selected. Classes document. Clickable. Classes.
When Google Classroom opens, we land on the Google Classroom dashboard. Now all pages in Google Classroom have the same basic top row navigation. Those items are the main menu, Google Apps, Google Account, and Help. They won't be the only buttons on the page, but they are always there, so we can quickly get to those items using the button shortcut key B, like button. Let's navigate by button now and go to the main menu. Don't forget in NVDA, if you get to the end of navigable items, just use Shift plus the shortcut key B to go back in the other direction. So I'll press B now.
List with 2 items. Clickable class options menu button. Collapse sub-menu heading level 2. Content info landmark help and feedback menu button. Collapse sub-menu.
Now I know that the Help button from experience is the last button on the page, and in JAWS it will wrap up to the top, but in NVDA we're going to hear no more buttons.
No next button.
So I'm going to use Shift B and go back until I hear the main menu.
List with 2 items. Clickable class options menu. Navigation landmark. Clickable Google Apps button. Create or join a class menu button. Main menu button.
There's the main menu, and you heard NVDA say button, so we can press enter and the main menu will open up.
Classes 1 of 7.
And NVDA announces the first item on the list, classes, and says that it is 1 of 7. Now classes on the main menu means the dashboard. So if we were to select and press enter on classes, we would go right back to the dashboard. Now let's look at the other items on this list real quickly. I'm just going to use my down arrow.
Calendar 2 of 7.
Calendar will take you to a calendar that is specific to Google Classroom. It would list all of the events and assignments due for all of the classes that you have in Google Classroom.
To-do 3 of 7.
Next we have the to-do list, and this to-do list is a special page where you can see everything that is due for all of your classes combined. Next we will see the entries for the classes that we have. And I should say that when we started this list we heard 1 of 7. That 7 will grow or shrink depending on how many classes you have joined, because each class has its own entry. So I'll press the down arrow again.
Class 1 4 of 7.
And there is class 1, one of the classes that I've joined.
Class 2 5 of 7.
My next down arrow takes me to class 2, and I know I'm signed on as Sally student, and Sally knows that she just has 2 classes, class 1 and class 2. So that is the end of our classes. And then the next down arrow,
Archived classes 6 of 7.
takes us to archived classes. You won't have any archived classes at this point. Archived means if you dropped out of the class. And then the final item with one last down arrow,
Settings 7 of 7.
is settings. And settings is where you decide what you want to be emailed about, if anything, for each of your classes. So that's the main menu, and for now I'm just going to use my up arrow to go back up to the top to classes.
Archived, Class 2 5 of, Class 1 4 of, To Do 3 of, Calendar 2 of, Classes 1 of 7.
And when I get to classes, I'm going to press enter and I'll be back at the dashboard.
Navigation landmark main menu button.
So that's the main menu, and the key thing to remember about it is that it is available on any page when you're in Google Classroom, and to use your button navigation to get there quickly. So now we're back on the main Google Classroom dashboard, and we know two ways to get here. The first one was when we typed in classroom.google.com in the address bar, and the second way was by choosing classes from the main menu. So here we are on the dashboard, and what can we do? Well, the main thing that the dashboard has is boxes for each one of your classes. It also has links to To-Do and the calendar, but the key thing on the dashboard are the class boxes. The easiest way to navigate to one of those classes is by headings, because each class title is a heading. There are some other headings on the page, but using the shortcut key H for headings will take you to any of the classes that you have on this page. Now this is the dashboard for Sally's student. She knows she has joined two classes, Class 1 and Class 2, so we'll keep an ear out for them. And if this was your dashboard, you would also know the names of the classes you've joined so you could listen for them. So I'm going to use H, or perhaps Shift H if I need to go backwards in NVDA to find my classes, Class 1 and Class 2. So I'll press H now.
Google Graphic Classroom heading Level 1. List with 2 items clickable Class 1 link class options heading Level 2.
And there was Class 1. Did you hear it? Clickable link, Class 1. So that is the link to Class 1. If we were looking for Class 1, we could just press Enter now and go into Class 1. Now as we press H and look for our second class, Class 2, we'll probably hear some other things along the way because there's some other headings in here. So I'll just continue to press H.
Due tomorrow heading Level 2.
If a class has information about upcoming assignments, the ones that are due the soonest are listed here on the dashboard page. So we just use a couple of H's to go through those.
Due Thursday heading Level 2. Clickable Class 2 link class options heading Level 2.
And now the next H got us to the clickable link for Class 2. And we know, Sally knows, that those are the 2 classes that she has, so that's the end of her class list. And if she just wants to use this page to navigate to one of her classes, let's say Class 1, she can just use H or Shift H in this case to go back to Class 1. So let me do that. Shift H.
Clickable Due Thursday heading, Due Tomorrow heading Class 1 link class options heading Level 2.
And now I heard the clickable link for Class 1, and I can press Enter and go to that class. So that's what I'll do.
Course Stream, Main Landmark, Class 1.
When the class page opens, it opens on the Stream tab. You probably just heard NVDA say Stream. Stream is one of 3 tabs in a class page. The other 2 tabs are Classwork and People. The tabs are how each class is organized into places where announcements, classwork, and people can be maintained. The Stream tab, where we just landed, is where the teacher posts class announcements, and you and your classmates may also have permission to post an announcement on the stream. If you hear something like share something with your class, that means that you have the ability to post something on the Stream tab. The Stream tab also has an area which lists your upcoming work. This includes items that are due soon, and a link to view all your work. Now let's see what's on the other tabs, starting with the Classwork tab. The quickest way to get to another tab is to use the Links shortcut key or the Links list. The 3 tabs are near the top of the Links list. Let's use the Links list to go to the Classwork tab. In JAWS, you would use Insert plus F7. And in NVDA, we also use Insert plus F7, but Links is only one of several lists available, so we may need to work a little more to get the link we want. So let's press Insert plus F7 now.
Elements list dialog, tree view, level 0 view all work 7 of 7.
When the elements list opened, I did not hear which type of list it was on, so I'm going to use Tab until I can hear which checkbox is checked.
Filter by, edit, activate button Alt A, move to button Alt M, cancel button. Type, grouping, links radio button checked Alt K.
So I heard that links was selected, so now I can press one more tab and I will go into the links list below.
Tree view, view all work 7 of 7 level 0.
So I heard view all work and 7 of 7, so I know I'm on the bottom of the links list and that the tabs for the class page are near the top. So I'll use the up arrow until I get to Classwork.
Assignment, 9-3 of, assignment, 9-6, people 4 of 7 level 0, classwork 3 of 7 level 0.
And now I'm on the Classwork tab and I can press enter to activate and go to that tab.
Classwork for Class 1 Google Chrome Sally student.
So now we land on the Classwork tab and let's see what this tab is all about. So in Classwork, you will find all the assignments and questions and resources for the class. You may even find a quiz. The Classwork tab also includes links to other pages. One of those pages is called View Your Work, and View Your Work is like the to-do list, but it only shows the work for this particular class. There's also links to the Google Calendar and the Class Drive folder. And the Class Drive folder is specific for this one class and is where any Google files created for the class are stored. The Classwork page is organized by topics, and topics are headings, so it is easy to navigate to the topic you need. Each assignment or question is listed under a topic, usually just with a few summary lines of information. But if you navigate to one of those summary entries, it will include a link to a details page with all the information you need to know to use the resource or complete the question or assignment. And that's a little bit about the Classwork page. The last tab in a class page is the People tab. And this time, instead of using the links list, I'm just going to navigate with my shortcut key for links, which in NVDA is a K. I might need to use K or Shift K to get to the People tab. I'll do that now.
Google Calendar link, view your work link, navigation landmark people link.
I heard the People link, so I'm going to press enter so I can go to the People tab.
People in Class 1, blank.
The People page is where you find out the names of your teachers and your fellow classmates in the class. There are 2 sections on the page, Teachers and Classmates, and they are both headings, so you can easily navigate to them using your Headings quick key. Once you get to one of the headings, you just use the down arrow to go through the list of people in that section. And the People tab was the last of the 3 tabs on the class page. So now we've hit all the major components in Google Classroom. We saw the dashboard where all the classes are listed. We went through the options on the main menu and learned that a button command can quickly take us to the main menu from any page in Google Classroom. And then we looked at the structure for each of our classes and saw that they had 3 tabs: the stream, classwork, and people. And now, if I want to finish by going quickly back to the dashboard, do you remember how I can do that? If you said navigate by button to the main menu and then select classes, that would be correct. So let's do that.
Main menu button.
There's my main menu button. I'll press enter.
Classes 1 of 7.
And then I'm already on classes, which takes me to the dashboard, so I'll press enter again.
List clickable class 1 visited link class options menu button collapse sub-menu heading level 26. Math loading.
And that's the overview of Google Classroom.